Have you ever stared at a photo of yourself and felt something unsettling? Something more than just, I don't like how I look? Asterisk asterisk. There's a deeper discomfort, like the image doesn't quite reflect who you truly are. You're there, but not really. Almost like your essence is missing, like the photo failed to capture the soul behind the skin. What if I told you it's not the lighting, the lens, or the angle? What if the real reason you feel disconnected from your own image is spiritual, sacred, even? You're not just a face. Your energy, your frequency, your spirit. And sometimes, this world's lens can't decode the language of your soul. This isn't about vanity. It's about identity. It's about why so many people, maybe even you, feel invisible in plain sight. But today, that changes. First, I need you to do something. If you've ever felt like the world overlooks you, if you've ever wondered why your light doesn't seem to shine like theirs, this message isn't a coincidence. It's a calling. So pause. Like this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Comment 1111 below, because 1111 isn't just a number. It's a divine code. It's the universe whispering, asterisk, you're awakening, asterisk, take a breath. What you're about to hear will shift something deep inside of you. Now let's begin. Look into your reflection, not the mirror, not your screen, but the part of you behind your eyes. Who are you really? Here's what no one says out loud. You might not like how you look in photos, because that isn't the real you. It's a version of you shaped by fear, judgment, and stories that were never yours to carry. It's a mask, crafted from survival, not truth. When your soul, the truest, most radiant part of you, isn't aligned with your outer self, the camera senses the discord. Your face smiles, but your spirit whispers, asterisk, this isn't me, asterisk. Maybe you've spent years performing, fitting into boxes, playing roles that were never meant for you. And so every time someone snaps a photo, you shrink. Not because you're not beautiful, but because beauty fades when it's disconnected from truth. You weren't born to blend in. You were born to reveal. So ask yourself honestly, who have I been showing the world? And what parts of me have I buried? Until the seen version of you meets the sacred one, your reflection will always feel unfamiliar. The camera will keep showing someone you barely recognize. But what if the reason you've never looked right in pictures is because the real you hasn't stepped into the frame yet? Hold that thought, because what comes next might just shift your spirit. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to glow? Even in the simplest of photos? It's not their makeup, not the filter. It's their energy. Because energy is always speaking, whether you see it or not. And some of us are carrying energies that aren't ours. Unhealed pain, words we never deserved, connections that drained us but never left. These energies linger. They cloud your essence. They dim your light. And so you look at a photo and think, I look exhausted. But it's not physical tiredness, it's asterisk spiritual fatigue. The weight of what you were never meant to hold. Toxic relationships. Unforgiven wounds. Thoughts that whisper, asterisk, you're not enough. These things don't just hurt, they distort. Because when your spirit is suffocating under that weight, the camera doesn't lie. Captures the truth beneath the surface. And sometimes that truth is, you've been surviving so long you forgot what freedom feels like. But let me tell you what no one else does. Your light isn't lost. It's buried, not broken. And with every layer of pain you release, your glow returns. Maybe it's not your appearance that needs a retouch. Maybe it's your energy crying out for a reset. And if you thought that was powerful, wait until you understand what's been trying to block your light all along. Because it's not just emotional. It's not just energetic. It's spiritual. There's something darker that's been watching. Not every uncomfortable feeling is random. Not every distorted image is accidental. Sometimes, the shadows you see in photos aren't from poor lighting, they're from a battle you didn't even know you were fighting. When your light is rare, when your presence threatens darkness, you become a target. Some people aren't meant to be seen clearly, not because they lack worth, but because their radiance is too disruptive to stay hidden. And that kind of light, it draws attention in the spirit realm. There are forces, quiet, calculated, invisible, working overtime to blur your image, to make you doubt your identity, your beauty, your purpose. Because if they can convince you to hide, they never have to face the power you carry. Ever notice how your worst photos are often from moments when you finally started to feel confident? That's not a mistake. The enemy doesn't attack what's ordinary. It attacks what's anointed. And if your light has been dimmed here in the physical, it's likely because it's blazing in the spiritual. But here's the twist. What darkness fears most is exposure. Because the moment you realize what's really happening, you stop blaming yourself and start rising in power. So don't let the discomfort make you discouraged. Let it make you aware. This battle isn't about your face. It's about your destiny. And now, let me ask you something no one else will. What if the camera isn't lying? But you are. Not on purpose. Not with malice. But with every quiet belief you've carried that didn't come from God. You say, I look tired. God says, asterisk, you're carrying too much. Asterisk. You say, I look broken. God says, asterisk, you're healing. Asterisk. You say, I'm not enough. God never said that. The mirror you check every day has been warped. Not by glass, but by years of criticism, comparison, and silent self-rejection. You were taught to shrink before you shined, to find flaws before favor. So now, when you see your reflection, you don't actually see you. You see shame. You see what they said. You see every lie you never meant to believe but did. But God, He sees glory. He sees the warrior who survived what should have destroyed them. He sees light the darkness couldn't put out. He sees a masterpiece still unfolding and loves every brushstroke. Maybe the problem isn't how others see you. Maybe it's how you've been trained to dim your light to make others comfortable. But the exact moment you begin to see yourself through heaven's eyes, everything shifts. Not just your mindset, your presence, your posture, your glow. And suddenly the photos start to change. Not because your face did, but because your faith got louder than your fear. Now listen closely, because what I'm about to say explains why your light hasn't been fully seen yet. The world is obsessed with visibility. If you're not noticed, you're ignored. If you're not praised, you're forgotten. But God doesn't play by those rules. He doesn't reveal what He's still refining. Some of the strongest souls walk hidden, not because they lack brilliance, but because heaven is still protecting their unveiling. When God hides you, it's not rejection. It's sacred preservation. Like a seed beneath the soil. You don't look like much right now, but roots are deepening. Strength is forming. Power is building in silence. Maybe that photo didn't flatter you because it was never meant to define you. Maybe your glow didn't show because it's being saved for a moment that will shift everything. You're not behind. You're becoming. And when the time comes, no lens, no filter, no angle will be able to contain your radiance. So next time a photo makes your heart sink, say this to your soul. I'm not meant to be seen right now. I'm being prepared. And once that preparation ends, the world will see what heaven always has. Let me end with this truth, and I need you to hold it close. You were never meant to fit into a frame. You weren't made to just look good. You were made to shift realms. You don't just appear, you reveal. You weren't given divine light just to be filtered or judged. It was placed in you to ignite the world. So the next time a photo disappoints you, remember, that image doesn't hold your worth. It never did. Your beauty is divine. Your value is eternal. Your glow is sacred. And maybe, just maybe, God has been waiting for you to see it. Because once you do, you'll stop dimming your brilliance for places that were never built to hold it. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are being unveiled. And when that moment arrives, every eye will witness what heaven already knows. You are radiant. You are chosen. You are unstoppable. Comment below, I am heaven's masterpiece. Let that be your declaration. Let it be your awakening. And if this message lit something inside you, don't keep it to yourself. Someone out there is hiding in plain sight, waiting to remember who they really are. Shine, rise, be seen. Your time is now.